How does belligerent status impact neutrality in conflict? Imagine a world where countries can pick sides in a war or stay out entirely. That choice is at the heart of how international law treats neutrality and belligerent status. When a country is considered a belligerent, it is actively involved in hostilities, like fighting or declaring war. This means it has taken sides in an armed conflict and is recognized as a party to the war. On the other hand, a neutral country stays out of the fighting and does not support any side. This distinction is not just about politics. It has real legal consequences under international humanitarian law. A belligerent state is one that has declared war, occupies territory without resistance, or is fighting against another country. These states are allowed to conduct military operations and take part in hostilities. Neutral states, however, are protected by laws that prevent other countries from attacking or using their territory for military purposes. They have the right to keep their territory inviolable and must prevent their land from being used for war efforts. If a neutral country allows belligerents to use its territory for military activities, it risks losing its neutral status. Neutral states can still have diplomatic relations and trade with belligerent countries, but they must avoid actions that could be seen as supporting one side over the other. For example, they cannot supply weapons or allow their territory to be used for launching attacks. If a neutral country's territory is exploited for military operations, the belligerent parties can demand that the neutral stop such activities. If the neutral refuses or cannot prevent it, the belligerent may use proportionate force to protect its interests. The relationship between belligerent status and neutrality is guided by laws that regulate the use of force. These laws say that a belligerent cannot attack a neutral country just because it supplies goods or aid to the enemy. But if a neutral becomes so involved in the conflict that it acts like a belligerent, it risks losing its neutral status. For example, if a neutral country begins actively participating in hostilities or supporting one side militarily, it may be considered a belligerent itself. So, how does belligerent status impact neutrality? It sets the rules for what each side can and cannot do. Neutral countries are protected from attack and interference, but they must actively prevent their territory from being used for war. Belligerent countries, meanwhile, must respect these protections but can take limited action if their security is threatened. This balance helps protect civilians and keeps the conflict within legal boundaries. It's all about making sure that war doesn't spill over into innocent territory and that both sides play by the rules.